Shalom, everyone. We are all squished in here tight in my little reading little nook area,
buddy.
and
Elbow.
trying to.
Ow. Taking me out.
And I was actually just talking about why he had a scratch here and a blood, like I've been knocking you or something.
Yeah, taking me out. No, I heard it somehow. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Anyway, happy Sunday.
happy Sunday.
We are just enjoying our Sunday. Hope you've been having a really wonderful weekend. It is December 15th, so we are on Luke chapter 15. And so we are stopping to not only read and study, but to just bask in God's goodness.
Absolutely.
And be so grateful to Him. And I do have to say that of all the chapters, this one is my favorite, because my prayers for my children, these are the answers. These are the, where you ask, why this, why that? Lord, when are some of our family members going to come back to you? When are you going to reach out and get them? And
Absolutely.
This shows how He's pursuing them. Pursuing them. And so
Always.
This first section is so good, and we've all heard it before, that Jesus leaves the 99 to follow the one. So it basically comes out of the fact that the Pharisees were kind of harassing Jesus and saying, you're just hanging out with the sinners. You welcome the sinners, you eat with them. And so Jesus' response to that was, suppose one of you has 100 sheep and loses one of them. Don't you leave the 99 and then go into the open country and go after that one? Basically, last verse is my favorite. I tell you, it's 7. I tell you that in the same way there will be more rejoicing in heaven over one sinner who repents than over the 99 righteous persons who do not need to repent.
I think
Uh-oh. He's going to tear up.
No, I'm good. I think this chapter not only means a lot to Krista and I for our kids, but it means a lot to me personally, because I was the one that was away from the 99, and Jesus pursued me and found me and brought me back to the fold.
Yeah. He went and found you.
And
He hunted you down. Man cannot thwart the things of God or the plans of God. Basically, no one, nothing can ruin the plans of God.
So this means huge to me personally, and then also for our kids.
Yeah. He just left them all and said, hey, Jay, get back here. Get out of that dirty old bush.
The way I was not supposed to be, and then he brought me back. So
playing in the thorns.
Got a little hurt and bruised, but God is good. So
God is good.
He brought me back.
And He cleaned you all up and restored you, and then loved on you, and just brought you into the fold as if nothing ever happened.
And He hasn't let go. And He leads my life now, so that's a blessing.
That's awesome.
So that's just what I want. That's just what I want for our kids too.
Oh yeah. Okay, and then the next one is really, really good, and it's so short, I'm just going to go ahead and read it. If you haven't already read the entire chapter, go back and just hit pause and read it. It's so good. But some of these we're reading parts of it. Verse 8, or suppose a woman has 10 silver coins and loses one. Doesn't she light a lamp, sweep the house, and search carefully until she finds it? And when she finds it, she calls her friends and neighbors together and says, rejoice with me, I have found my lost coin. In the same way, I tell you, there will be rejoicing in the presence of the angels of God over one sinner who repents. So the key to this is that here in the modern time, coins don't mean as much to us. Because, when we have change, and if it falls down, we just leave it. Pennies.
It's not really something we concern ourselves with.
Yeah.
If someone lost $100 bill, you guarantee
it's a little bit
I can
more
guarantee
like
you that they're gonna pursue it, but
Yeah.
the coins, it's like, we're like,
Yeah. But also in those days, those coins, they might have been made out of gold or
Sure.
silver or whatever.
Sure.
So our coins are more of
Copper.
Yeah, well, yeah, and
there's not a lot of value.
They're a representation of a value.
Right.
And that value isn't even as good as it used to be.
But theirs, I'm sure, were.
Yeah. And also, I heard a story that some of the women, well, actually, a lot of those women in those days, they collected money and they actually would attach it to like their purse or their belts. And it was for for their dowry, but I think like in case they got married and then they needed it to get divorced, or it could have been their dowry money. So it like had, we'd have to go back and look, and we're just reading today, so we don't have time to go research that. But I have heard that.
But there was more of a meaning.
Yeah, so basically it's
sense.
not just that I lost some money and they didn't have a lot, but it's also, this is my future.
Correct.
Maybe it is the dowry. Maybe it is something that's for her future.
Yeah.
Basically she's saying, I've lost part of my future.
Right.
Yeah, and so she not only sweeps everything. We've all, okay, you know what we could put this in? Have you lost your phone? What do you do when you lose your phone and you've lost it forever? Or the keys to the car? And you finally find them after you've searched for hours and hours and hours. You know, this lady's like, let's have a banquet. Let's go celebrate. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, and then the last little section here is so good, and it is the parable of the lost son. Most people, the prodigal son is what they call it. Most people have heard this if you've been in the church at all, but let me kind of paraphrase it, just in case you haven't, just because so we don't, for time, don't have to read the whole thing. Definitely go back and read it. But basically, there are two sons and a dad, and they own all this property, which was pretty normal back then. Mm-hmm. And their inheritance, those two boys, would be, one would have half of the property and the other would have the other half. Or if one was older, sometimes he got more. But the younger son decides, you know what? I am sick and tired of waiting for my dad to die, and I just want to live my best life now. I want to live my life, and I want to I'm going to be too old down the road. So he says to his dad, I want to cash in my inheritance, and I want to just go my way. And his dad goes ahead and cashes in his inheritance, gives him his half, and then he goes into the city. He spends it on prostitutes and parties. He's surrounded by all kinds of people dancing with him, partying with him.
He just squanders all of it.
Yeah.
He squanders all of it.
And he has all kinds of friends. But then, you know, a famine happens, or he loses the money somehow, money runs out. And now he has nothing.
Yeah.
And his friends, who aren't really real friends, they all are like, oh, sorry, you're out of money. Now I'm gone. And then he says, well, I'm going to help out at a pig farm, which you have to remember that the meaning of this is very important because he's Jewish. And in the Jewish culture, they didn't have pigs. And only the pagan people had pigs. They were unclean.
They weren't a good representation.
Yeah. So it's even, it has a deeper meaning there.
Yeah.
And then he's trying to take care of those pigs. And he's like, I am so hungry. I just want to eat what the pigs are eating.
Yeah, and that was his low point.
That was his low point.
Yeah, that was definitely his low point.
Yeah. And I think we all need a low point in life to, you know, God sometimes has to push us to the low point.
When we get to the bottom of where we're at, and there's no way out but up. Mm-hmm. When we hit rock bottom.
Yeah.
And I know there's a lot of people out there that are at rock bottom and they need to search and they need to find Jesus. There's others that are struggling. They need to focus on Christ. Yeah. It's amazing how Jesus always gets a hold of us when we hit rock bottom.
Yeah.
He really does.
And you hate to pray that for your children, but sometimes you wonder if they're going to have to hit rock bottom before they turn and come back.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Yeah.
so he hits rock bottom, and and then he realizes, you know what? The servants that live with my dad and help him out on his farm,
Yeah.
they get paid and eat better than I do with these pigs. Instead of going back and just trying to be a son, I'll just tell him, can I work for you? Can I be your servant?
Yeah.
And so he starts heading home, and he's like way far off, and the dad sees him, and the dad runs.
And is so excited.
Yeah.
So excited.
So excited to embrace him.
Yeah.
And
gets him the robe.
Yep.
Gets him the robe to wear, gets him the ring to wear to represent, you know, someone of a better
maybe
status.
even the son again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the family ring, basically.
Yeah. It's
And
really cool.
Kills the cow
The
so that
fatted
they can
calf.
have a big banquet. They're going to have a big barbecue, a
Yep.
little hoedown.
Yeah.
But the brother, he's not so
The older
happy.
brother.
The older brother,
Mhm.
because he has stayed true and he has obeyed the rules
And stayed by his
yeah,
dad.
worked for his dad, taking care of his dad.
Yeah.
And now the brother is kind of getting treated like royalty.
And and the other
Mhm.
brother was bitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my favorite
Really
is
was
the
bitter.
last sentence that Jesus says in 31. Actually, let me go up to 30. It says, but when this son of yours has, this is him talking. This is the brother. When he squandered your property with prostitutes, comes home, you kill the fatted calf for him. In other words, you treat him like royalty. And then 31 is, my son, the father said, you are always with me, and everything I have is yours. But we had to celebrate and be glad, because this brother of yours was dead and is alive again. He was lost, but he is now found. So good. And
Stellar ending.
when we
For
read,
sure.
I read this early this morning, and then
Mhm.
we took off into all of our daily chores and all the things that we got to do.
Yep.
The whole day I've just been, I don't know, on cloud nine.
Mhm.
We had a rainy, stormy day all day yesterday, and this week kind of felt heavy. But
last week.
Last week.
Yeah, last week definitely did.
It was hard.
Yeah, it was rough.
But we woke up this morning and there was not a cloud in the sky.
Yeah.
It was sunny. I had just read this and I was like, God, you are going to do it. You are going to answer our prayers.
Yeah.
I just know it.
Yeah, today was a good day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to finish out this video and get on with our day. But we hope you've had a wonderful weekend. Hope you are enjoying reading this with us. And I will be back tomorrow with chapter 16 because he's got to go to work.
Yeah. And don't forget, Chris. Yeah, right. I was going to say, don't forget, Chris is going to do her rendition of Mary Did You Know tomorrow.
Oh, I'm singing?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Have you told them what my voice really sounds like?
Nope.
Oh, I won't do that for you guys. I can't sing.
You're not going to torture them?
No. We'd have so many people exiting the channel. Well, we love you guys. And just a couple weeks, a week and a half till Christmas.
Yep.
And today also being Sunday is the third day of the third Sunday of the Advent.
Yep.
Yep. And so
time to light those candles.
Yep. Gotta light 3 candles today. Yep. Anyways, love you guys.
See you guys.
Have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you tomorrow. Shalom.